sold for 2 million. Big ones, mate.
Shut up.
What is happening?
Shut
what is
up.
happening?
Why is Mario worth so much money right now?
I was thinking about our last episode that we did together before we had guests join us.
Yeah.
And we talked about a story that was pretty prominent at the time. We were kind of like, particularly you were kind of losing your nut over it because we saw that Super Mario 64 sold for, I think it was $1.5 million. And you and I were like, I can't believe it. The week before was like Zelda at like 875 grand, mental money. And I've literally this morning gone, okay, I'm wondering what's happening in the gaming world. What's happening right now? Dude, I kid you not. Literally the last few days, Super Mario Brothers, the original game, Nintendo, which was like 1985, has just sold and broken another record. Sold for 2 million. Big ones, mate.
Shut up.
What is happening?
Shut up. Happening? Why is Mario worth so much money right now? he's getting people caked out. I'm very impressed. But can you imagine just owning that, right? And maybe, I don't know anything about the owner, but imagine just digging through your loft, going in your attic or whatever and just picking something out that's worth that sort of money. It's like winning the lottery, but just from being a gaming fan.
I know. Do you know what's mad? I actually watched there's that TV show, I think it's Pawn Shop, that people come in and kind of like in Vegas and kind of show these kind of weird and wacky things they're trying to sell. And I actually watched an episode crazily last week where a guy brought in this exact same game in like top tier condition.
Right.
And there's a couple of things that I was like, that went through my mind. So this guy's brought it in, right? And a lot of games are worth a lot of money if they're still in, obviously, their cellophane package. They haven't been touched.
That's the game changer. That's the game changer.
That's the game changer. But apparently with Mario 1, there is I think there's literally a handful of them that were not in cellophane, but just sealed by a sticker, like a single sticker.
Right.
And they're the ones that are the absolute next level, big time cheddar ones.
Is that like that Mario, the Nintendo seal sticker? Is it that?
Yeah, pretty much. So all Nintendos have the official Nintendo seal, the gold seal that everyone knows. But this is kind of like a special sticker version that only like a handful of places had.
Ooh.
And so they're really sought after. And this guy, it makes you think what this guy's mindset was when he got this thing way back in the day. And he was like, I'm going to buy this game so that in 30 years from now, or more than that, 35 years from now, I can go and try and sell it for a lot of money. Like the logic behind that blows my mind.
Yeah, but Sav, what's out right now? What is it that we should be buying now and thinking about it's going to be worth a fortune in 35 years' time? I really need to be getting my head screwed on here and thinking about what it is.
Mate, I know. Do you know what? We talked last week about Charizards and the Pokemon cards, and which kind of you lost your mind a little bit thinking, what happened? Because you have one, which is bonkers.
Do you want to? I've got an update on that, by the way.
Oh, go on.
So my Pokemon Charizard card, I found it in my loft. I got it out. You told me that it was worth £35,000, so of course.
Okay, all right, let's just chill out for a second. I didn't say it's worth 35 grand. I was like, it can be worth upwards of like 350k, but it depends on the condition.
Well,
just making that disclaimer.
All I can tell you is, ever since that conversation, I spent a lot of time, perusing the internet looking for yachts. I was imagining myself in some sort of deck chair with a bottle of champagne and a fat Cuban cigar in my mouth, puffing away. I put a picture.
Obviously, I'm there as well. Obviously, you're right.
Oh, mate, you're sitting right next to me. We split the money. You told me about it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, we split. I mean, you're not going to be that excited in a minute. Okay. And then I put a picture of it on Twitter and I say, guys, how much is this worth? And a bit of an expert comes back to me and he says, it's not graded. It's not first edition. It's worth 100 quid.
Oh, mate.
So I thought, for 100 quid, I'm keeping it for the memory.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I think my have you put it in like a cellophane little packet now?
It is, yeah. It's in a cellophane. Okay, maybe in 35 years it'll be worth like 100 grand,
Mate,
you never know.
This is it. So the Mario thing with this game, I think that what's happened is in the last, obviously the 1.5 million thing happened with Super Mario 64, and now these games are getting a lot of like this. A lot of collectors out there kind of seeing the value in these things. And apparently, according to the article I read, this person that's bought this copy of this game for 2 million. Apparently, they are a very high-end, renowned buyer of like video game, like museum like style stuff, like collectible, really specific stuff, which I think is why someone's paid 2 mil for this.
Yeah.
Because I think obviously, we've seen it before. You hear like things like, the original Star Wars, figures, if they're in their packaging from like Lucasfilm releasing them way back in 77, whatever, they're worth a fortune. And I think everything's going to have its life cycle. I think hype is a big thing around it. I think right now it's like cryptocurrency, isn't it? It's like kind of suddenly there's a spike in like interest, and was like, oh, I must get on it, and suddenly it peaks massively, and that's what happened with Pokemon. It's now happened with video games as well. So it's
I just find it. I find it fascinating that there are people out there willing to spend that level of money on video games. Like I struggle to spend more than £6 on a bottle of wine in Asda, so I can't ever imagine.
I'm weird with wine as well, because I make sure that I only buy wine if it's been knocked down. I'm getting like a good value for my money.
Oh mate, you look for the rollback, right? And you know, if it's £2 less than retail, I'm having it. I'm taking it home. But yeah, £2 on a video game. I mean, if you've got the money, fair play.
If you've got the money, I mean, this is the thing. I have to put my head in the mindset of someone who's not only got 2 million lying around. That's all their money. Yeah. They're probably very, very wealthy, like hundreds of millions, like if not billions, right? Yeah. So you know that's for them is affordable. They can justify it. Yeah. When you've got everything, when you've got the yacht, when you've got the mansion, when you've got the the kind of, I don't know, island, if you want, the rocket ship, you can then start investing in things like this because you think, I want that, and I want everything. I want the best of everything.
The thing is, it's also it's kind of like buying real estate, isn't it? In the sense that, you know, it's not going to fluctuate in value that much. If anything, it's only going to go up as the years go on. So it's like, you're never going to take a loss from it. You might struggle to find another man crazy enough to spend £2 million on a Super Mario game, but in theory, it shouldn't drop in value.
Mate, I'm totally with you. I mean, what's cool as well, actually, is talking about Mario. And you sent me an article this morning, which I thought was really cool, actually, about like they're making a Mario movie, which I had no idea was happening.
I didn't, and I think it's time. I mean, the article I sent you was about a certain character that might be coming back. I don't really know much about the character itself, but I'm just super excited about a Super Mario film coming out. Do you remember the one that came out? I think it must have been maybe the late 80s or early 90s with those. It was like a real life Mario film. Do you remember that?
Yeah, mate, how could I not? You know, the Goomba. Do you remember that kind
exactly.
of like it was so shit. Like it was like so like there are movies that you watch and go, oh, that was crap. But you watched it and went, this is, as a kid, even then I was like, Dad, this is absolute shit. Like what are we watching here? Because you just knew that it wasn't great. Like, I mean, Dennis Hopper, God rest his soul, playing was he Bowser, or he was kind of like the bad guy in the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, Bob Hoskins got Rip as well. Like, you know, Bob Hoskins has gone now as Mario, but I mean, the film was just so mental. I mean, obviously they were capitalizing on the success of it, but they did it in such a stupid way.
I just think what I'd like to see with a Mario film, right? It'd be kind of like, do you know Detective Pikachu? And then we had Sonic.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's good. I would recommend it. And then you had like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie where, you know, it's real life, but then you have the animated character. I would love to see like a real life film, but Mario is in it in that sort of vibe. Just like he's the only animated character within it. Or you do something like Space Jam, where you have like, because I just don't want to see human Mario, you know? I've just got him in my mind how I want to see him. It's like when they released that Sonic the Hedgehog early trailer and everybody just shit all over the design of the Sonic. Do you remember that?
Oh, but I'm so glad they did, because they changed it and it looks way better.
Look, wicked. Like, and Jim Carrey, by the way, as Dr. Robotnik, underrated, if you ask me. Thought he was great.